Hi, and welcome to Supporting a Learner with Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD for short, in the classroom. Today we have a workshop for you guys, and we've got some mediator objectives. You'll be the mediators that we would like for you to complete by the end of this training session. So first off, we would like for you to be successful with completing or providing 3 advantages of a visual schedule. The next objective is for you to be able to successfully identify 2 sensory impacts and explain how they can be modified to support the learner. Number 3, you'll be able to successfully define what reinforcement is and the 4 types of reinforcement with examples. Overall, you should be able to obtain 80% or higher on your post-test score to prove that you're able to complete the mediator objectives. Okay, now, so we've got an agenda for today. You guys just completed your pre-test. Then we're going to discuss some environmental considerations, then visual schedules and prompting. Then we'll discuss token reinforcement, differential reinforcement, conclude with the post-test, and final feedback with the next steps for you. Okay, so some environmental considerations. Can anyone tell me what an environment is? That's a great start. However, an environment is not just the physical space that a person may occupy, but it's also the people, cultures, social factors, social rules, and opportunities that surround and influence the person as well. We can manipulate many aspects of an environment to best suit the needs of an individual learner. Great. One way to manipulate a learner's environment is to create a structured and predictable space, routine, and/or a schedule for them. We can do this by incorporating visual schedules, which we'll discuss later on, and a tailored routine to fit their current skill set. Not every learner with ASD will have the same skills, and that's okay. We need to meet our learners where they're at and make appropriate accommodations for them. Next, we can manipulate the environment by providing opportunities for relaxation. Setting aside specific time to help a learner breathe and de-stress can help with transitions, sensory overload, and challenging behaviors. We can also adapt opportunities for socialization to best help our learners or suit their needs. For example, we can facilitate a circle time environment to help with the learner's socialization. And lastly, we can manipulate sensory aspects of our classroom to help our learners focus and reduce the possibility of them becoming overwhelmed. Does anyone know of any sensory factors that we should take into consideration? Those are great points. Yeah. Overall, there are several senses that we should consider when adapting our classroom to help learners. Each learner will have different sensory needs. These are just some broad examples to get you thinking about sensory impacts. First, there's auditory senses that may affect a learner's concentration or focus. This refers to anything that a learner may hear that could be repetitive, constant, or incessant. For example, if there's a loud ceiling fan right above the learner, we can move the learner to a different seat to reduce the excessive noise and distraction. Next, some visual stimuli that may negatively affect a learner's visual senses could be bright fluorescent lights that may be too bright for some learners to handle. They may need breaks in the day or in a darker space, dim space, just a place that it doesn't strain their eyes as much and they can relax and reset that way. The same can be said for tactile senses, which means that some textures and textiles may be too abrasive for some learners. This could lead to increased discomfort or decreased focus in the classroom. Next, we should consider factors related to smell, whether there are smells from other learners, a consistent smell in the classroom, or a new smell that's being introduced for an activity. They could all negatively affect a learner's ability to succeed in their environment. Lastly, some motor movement aspects to consider are related to learners who may need to move more or not sit for long periods of time. Overall, thinking about aspects of the classroom environment is a great way to support your learner. Next, we'll discuss more specific supports that you can implement in your own classroom with your learners.